GANs can be fairly tricky to train because really you've got these two networks you're trying to train, and there are some various failure modes that can happen. One failure mode is when the generator takes in different values of z's. So if we think it, we kind of have a wide range of z's for different values. And our goal is we have a similarly wide range of output. What can happen is what's called mode collapse. And the mode collapse, we have our G, we have a huge range of inputs, but G seems to always want to just create one output, or close to one output. Right? Its expressivity is rather limited. So think of it of the celebrity photos, right? And we saw an example where it had a range of different ethnicities, different genders, and so on, different hairstyles. And you can imagine if, in this mode collapse, it just generated one particular kind of Jennifer Lopez type looking image, no matter what you fed in. Let's look at the discriminator in this case and what happens in the training when you have mode collapse and why this can continue. Because unfortunately, the way mode collapse works, the training process allows mode collapse, unfortunately. Let's say we're doing fake IDs again. Okay, so we generate fake IDs, and we've got, the neural network has learned a really good fake ID. It has learned to generate a fake ID of Joe Johnson, and it looks just like some Joe Johnson, and it's got a perfect seal and everything else. And the discriminator is fooled by this Joe Johnson. So it's outputting a perfect Joe Johnson, California driver's license. And the discriminator looks, and for a little while it says, oh, that Joe Johnson, it fooled me. Yep, and it fooled me again. But over time, the discriminator is going to learn it's getting a lot of Joe Johnson driver's licenses. Because every time it's doing training, its real IDs are a variety of different real IDs. But its fake is always a Joe Johnson California driver's license. Okay? And so it's going to just learn, oh, a Joe Johnson driver's license, I'm going to say fake, no matter what. Maybe the real Joe Johnson is going to be told it's a fake, but the vast majority of fakes are all going to be caught, so it's still worthwhile just saying Joe Johnson is fake. So what will happen to the neural network is it will soon learn Joe Johnson, that's no good, that's not going to work. And so as it gets feedback from the discriminator and back propagates, right, soon the Joe Johnson is going to stop working. And so now what can happen in this mode collapse is now the neural network collapses to a different mode. So it goes from one mode, one output it's doing, to a different output it's doing. So maybe instead of doing a Joe Johnson California driver's license, it now starts spitting out a Sally Wituski Wyoming driver's license. Right? A very good one, but nonetheless, whatever Z you put in, it gives a slight variation of that Sally Wituski Wyoming driver's license. So that gets fed into the discriminator. And to begin with, the discriminator is fooled. Right? To begin with, it's a great looking ID, the discriminator is fooled. But soon, the discriminator is going to learn not to trust this Sally Wituski fake ID. And so then it's going to start rejecting those, and then the generator is going to have to learn to generate something else. And once you get into a mode collapse with a generator, it's very hard to get out of it. So it's going to instead just go chasing around. This output is going to change from thing to thing to thing, but it's a single mode it's going to change from. Instead of, our goal is our G has a robust set of outputs. So as we feed in different Z's, we get a variety of different outputs. That means as the discriminator is getting inputs from G, it's getting a variety of different inputs from G. And so it can't learn to hone in on the one type of output that G is producing. We want this rich set of outputs. And so that's, again, a failure mode that you have to watch out for GANs.